Have you been stuck in traffic delays southbound on the M6 at the Catthorpe interchange recently? Well, in this video we're going to be asking you if you think this is why. It won't be as well a polished a video as normal, just for the speed of releasing the video on a Sunday before the working week starts again. Catthorpe is the junction where the M6 meets the M1 and also the A14. And in the grand scheme of things, it's only been made up of free-flowing slip roads for a relatively short period of time, having been completed between 2014 and 2017. Before it was free-flowing slip roads moving between the A14 and the M1 and M6 and vice versa, it was a horrendous bottleneck, as you can see here from Google Maps. To facilitate free-flowing slip roads, a new southbound bridge from the M6 to the M1 was built. Many of you may remember that prior to the upgrade to head onto the M1 south from the M6 south, you would need to be in the outer two lanes, with lane 1 opening up into 2 lanes on a slip road that took you to a roundabout. From there you would head onto the M1 north or the A14. These days you'll need lane 1 or lane 2 via this traffic island on the M6 to head onto the M1 south. As you can see here on Google Maps from 2013, this was the old bridge, and it's a lot less shorter than the one that we all use today. And this new bridge that you can see us driving over here in 2026 was the first bit of construction in the jigsaw puzzle for the new interchange. And one of the reasons that you are sitting in delays today is that just 12 years later they are already having to replace the bridge expansion joints. I mean, did they buy them off Temu or something? But believe it or not, this isn't the issue why you are probably being delayed in traffic at all here. And we'll come to that in just a second. But the reason I remember this interchange being constructed so prominently is that at the time of them constructing this first section, I was driving for a company who done a lot of heavy haulage under STGO regulations. It stands for Special Types General Order. When roads in the UK are built, they are built to a minimum specification, and anything over and above those specifications need one of the special movement orders. At the time I was doing it, basically the police in each county would give you a specific route to follow which you couldn't deviate from. Often I'd be carrying 65-ton loads on an STGO2 movement, and at that time basically the police in each county would give you a specific route to follow which you couldn't deviate from. Whether the detail is still the same today, I'm not too sure. But in 2014-2015 traffic started moving over the new bridge. But there was one problem for STGO movement orders. We weren't allowed to use it. Now I never found out exactly why this was. The rumour was that it hadn't been officially signed off with the general election taking place in 2015 and all road projects had to come to a halt. Whether that's true or not, I'm not actually sure. But certainly I do remember having to go down the old slip road, head north on the M1 to junction 20 and circumnavigate the junction. This would bring you onto the southbound side of the M1 and you'd head underneath the new bridge. What an absolute palaver that was. But let's get back to the modern day and the delays that you're seeing at the moment. I'm going to ask you a question. Why is this being bottlenecked into 2 lanes? What you can see is that lane 1 is coned off for the M1, and if you want to access the M1 you'll do so with them utilising the traffic island. But then once you are on the slip road they move you back into lane 1 anyway. Now I do realise that they have already done some work and that you were actually in lane 2 whilst they worked on the joints on the hard shoulder and in lane 1. Why not change the roadworks so that lane 1 of the M6 onto the M1 spur is now open, and cone off the access from lane 2 around the traffic island, leaving lane 2 and 3 for the A14 only. This would mean that all 3 lanes were open on the approach of the roadworks, and that would leave a better traffic flow. I'll tell you why I think it is, because there's no proactive approach to dealing with delays being caused. Rather than adapt the layout of the cones around the work being done, they'd rather you sit in longer than necessary traffic delays. The good news is you've only got another 5 weeks of this to go. Also, if lane 1 was left open, there'd still be a hard shoulder to use, which there isn't because of cones being left in lane 1. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. There is another regular and brilliant video to be released at 9 AM on Tuesday morning as normal. So I'll see you all next time. One trucker's eye.